Hey guys, I read a lot of comments that many of you enjoy the game but are very tired and discouraged by toxic players. As you saw from the intro, even though I was doing the best in my team, I will still get blamed for everything, and that happens very often. So in this video, I will try to change your perspective when you encounter these kind of toxic players. Here, you can see that we already got a tank and a mage, so now we need a side laner, but we got an Estes instead. Yes, the same Estes who will start trash talking later in the game. Instead of getting upset when they trash talk you, I want you to change that mentality and just feel pity for them, because the problem is not you, but them. The human's mind almost always wants to blame somebody or something else, when in reality, their own incompetence and ignorance are probably the main reason for their struggle. I'll wait for Paquito to take the bait and attack Johnson before I show myself. Ling is taking the turtle right under their nose. I thought I was in range of the buff to steal it with Retribution. Although it might seem like I'm dominating the early game, the score is still pretty close, and they just have way better heroes for the mid to late game. Oof, that was close. I was relying on the fact that she just had used her ultimate, so it was still on cooldown, but her first skill is still as deadly as ever. That's why she's still one of the most OP supports in the current meta. My team just completely lost in a 3v2 situation. Interesting. We have an Estes, there's no need to go back to heal. Also, we need to take the turtle now. smiley face. Time is not in our favor. The longer this game lasts, the harder it will be for us. Their team composition is just way better than ours. That's why I'm trying my best to push and finish the game as soon as possible. Forget about ganking other lanes, we need to keep pushing.
Nope.
Our turret is under attack. An enemy has been slain. You destroyed the turret.
I'm trying to focus on the turret. If Jughead can just scare him away, we could easily take down this turret. Priest solves our support.
Been destroyed. Shut down. Legendary. Under attack.
He somehow thinks we can push without having to kill them first. Ironically, I was the one doing the most pushing. SMH.
Well played. We're behind each other.
I want to pay very close attention to this team fight. I could tell Guinevere is trying to only go for me first. I had to make sure to dodge her knock-up. My entire team is bunched together and just keep getting bombarded by Lilia's skills, but they don't seem to be aware of that.
Ally has been slain. Initiate retreat.
Honestly, at this point I was really laughing out loud. That's when I realized that toxic players are very similar to clowns. So the next time you encounter a toxic player, just think of them as clowns, so instead of getting upset, you might actually end up laughing.
Launch attack.
Usually I'll be so focused on the game that I will not even notice the chat, but their comments are so funny that I couldn't help but notice them and have a good laugh.
Initiate retreat.
Guinevere is always aiming for my nuts. Well, it's a 5v5. Not much else I could have done differently.
We're behind the turret.
XT.
Your turret is under attack. Launch attack. Hold out, and we can win. Initiate retreat. Well played.
Not sure if we were playing the same game, but whenever I had the chance to push, I will push. But hey, toxic players are just toxic. They are just a reflection of their own inner anger. So remember, you can either mute the chat or just have a good laugh by reading their own ignorant comments. Well, even though we lost, I actually wasn't bothered at all. I already knew this would be a good content.
Defeat.
No surprise here, the two toxic players are the one who died the most. I'm not kidding, but I actually had fun in this game. It really made me realize that when ignorant people say ignorant things, you should not take them seriously and just let them be. Gotta commend them all, because they made me laugh a lot and helped me see things differently. Oh look, the one who pushed the most is Granger, with 59% of total objectives damage. Smiley face. Anyway, I really hope this video will help you change your perspective when you encounter this kind of toxic and ignorant people, either in the game or in real life.
Yeah, that makes sense.